So we help them organize the film festival portion, where we reach out to filmmakers all across the country, and especially here in North Carolina and in Charlotte specifically, because there's a burgeoning film industry here, which is bizarre to say because it's been growing since like the mid 80s probably, because all across the state, if you take into account Wilmington and Asheville and then come here to Charlotte, they just filmed Hunger Games here last year, and that was one of the biggest movies of the year. It was filmed right here in Charlotte. Half the people that were in Ghost you could see them in the background of Hunger Games, So I love the idea. Like I said, Mutantville has always been about sharing, about helping others reach the community, and that's also part of what the film festival is about reaching out to these filmmakers and saying, hey, look, let's put these things up where a national audience is going to come from around the entire East Coast here, and they're going to convene in one spot, and some of them are going to come and they're going to sit in the film festival, and you're going to get a chance to show your movies to them, and it's going to get you, so you won't just be the best filmmaker on the block, so you can start to think of how to think of yourself as a filmmaker, not just for your family, but for the world. So that's what we want. We're trying to help people reach out, and connect with their audience, connect with their community, and that's what it's all about.
Charlotte and filmmaking. I know there's a lot of big cities that have, a huge filmmaking production. Charlotte, are we growing as far as with the film industry in your views?
Yes and no. Okay, yes in that there are major productions coming here, just like the Hunger Games last year, one of the largest moneymakers of the year, and they turned that into an instant franchise, which means we're going to see it every year and every year and every year. But no in that when those studios come into the city, they don't necessarily want to use the local talent. They'll use extras, sure. If you want to stand in the background, they need people to stand in the background, but they're not bringing people on as grips. They're not hiring people as cinematographers. They're not hiring local directors. So yes, it's growing, but they're trying to keep us all extras. That's where I come in. Mm-hmm. I'm a local filmmaker. I put everybody into my movies. We all do our part to reach out and share with everybody, and this is where we are growing. But at the larger end, it's still, as long as there are major productions coming here, like Iron Man 3 just filmed in Raleigh, and that's going to be another huge blockbuster for this year. As long as those productions are still coming here, it's creating interest, it's creating jobs, but they're not at the level we want them to be yet, where they're reaching out and they're saying, hey, we're gonna do this major production. We want you as an AD. We want you as a set designer. They're still trying to keep us down to the menial tasks. And it's our responsibility to continue to grow ourselves as artists, to grow ourselves as filmmakers, continue to put our works out there and show them that, hey, we don't need your money. We have imagination. We have creativity. We have endless energy.
Jamie, we're going to take another break, and we're going to watch some more of your work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Jamie McRoberts.
Do you remember your first time? The first time you fell in love with horror. Science fiction. Post-apocalyptic fantasies. MVP Mutant Radio will help you rediscover your inner fan again as we talk you through the latest and greatest theatrical releases in horror.
You're all going to die tonight.
We can guide you to a new, better, happier you.
Science fiction.
Prometheus, are you seeing this?
Big things have small beginnings.
Mama is not the law. I am the law.
And all-out badassery. We'll bring you interviews with independent filmmaking masterminds as well as specials like Murder by Music and the Drunken New Year's Eve Mega Show. Listen online at www.mutantville.com or subscribe on iTunes.
Back on the Paul Brown Show. That's another great work, Mr. McRoberts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what you just saw there was actually an ad for our radio show, MVP Mutant Radio, which is available free online. You can listen to it at mutantville.com. You can also subscribe to it on iTunes. And that was just an ad for the radio show and just another branch of our way of expressing ourselves. Like I've said, we do our vlogs online. We do, we make the movies as artists, but then also we have to find ways to reach out to the community and interact with both the fans in the community and also the local community. And the radio show has become a big part of it. And one of the things we do is like what you do here on your show. We'll bring on filmmakers specifically, and we give independent filmmakers a chance to talk about their movies. Like I'm going to bring on one or two in the weeks leading up to the Mad Monster Party, and we're going to talk about their movies playing at the show. And we just try to give a voice to these individual artists that are out there that don't have the resources and finances behind them of the major Hollywood studios. Because one thing that a lot of people don't understand is, although we are at a point, an unprecedented point in human history in terms of we are here in the digital age, the age of information, we're also at an unprecedented point in filmmaking history, in that we all have the power to make our own movies right now, and it's just up to us to imbue them with proper intent, proper technique, proper craft, and make something good and put it out there to people. And the radio show is a part of a way to do that. But at the same time, people are also looking down on a lot of these kind of homegrown filmmakers like myself, where we just kind of picked ourselves up by our bootstraps and say, hey, we're going to do this. And a lot of people look down on us. They won't watch the movies. They don't offer to do interviews. They won't feature on their websites. And in a lot of ways, we're just kind of the redheaded stepchild, the unwanted children of the entire film industry. And part of the show's opportunity is that it gives filmmakers a chance to come on and talk and express themselves. And giving other people a chance to express themselves is what it's all about.
Being that you have a lot of disadvantage, does that motivate you to really get out there and work even harder and harder to show people that you're successful?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every day. I don't try to fixate on anything negative. I'm constantly trying to focus on the positive. But if you're going to commit yourself to this lifestyle, to the lifestyle of a filmmaker, it's not, a lot of people will say things like, I am an artist or I am a filmmaker. And that cuts out the act of doing, and you're forgetting there's a lot of doing involved. A lot of it's networking, a lot of it's just grinding and learning your craft, a lot of it is practicing and perfecting your craft, and then the rest is outreach and putting it out to the people. And there's so much to be done that it is indeed a lifestyle. It's not something you say, hey, I'm just going to go make a movie on Saturday. You've got to live it, you've got to breathe it, you've got to do it every day. And if I'm down in the dumps sometimes, or if I got to get through my workout or whatever, and I need some energy, I might think a little bit about some negative things that have come my way, and I'm like, you know what, you guys just don't know who you're messing with, because you just motivate me. Every person that tries to put their foot on you to keep you down, it's just like, it's almost as much help as two people picking you up, because it just energizes you, and you're like, guess what, I'm going to prove all of you wrong, everybody. So you just drive yourself on through the night.
Tell the audience some of your accomplishments as far as your filming.
Well, let's see. When we made Devil Comes Down for the American Zombie Film Contest for George Romero, we made it to the finals. Though we didn't win, that was still a big accomplishment for us, because it was out of a couple hundred movies, and we felt, we were really proud of our work, And the movie we lost out to, Robert W. Fillion's See the Dead, was really good work, and that's part of the artistic maturing as an artist, is you have to accept when you've lost, and you say, you look at it and say, what can I do better next time? And that's what we do with each experience. But that same movie, we also won first place for the first ever Horror Board short film contest, which is online. We also won Best Horror Film at the local Con Carolinas Film Festival here in Charlotte. And then beyond that, we've had a lot of movies playing a lot of different areas, and we're continually seeing our opportunities and the different branches of MVP and Mutantville Productions expand because, like I said, we're helping with the Mad Monster Party Film Festival, and that was a way that they showed us that they respected our work here in the area. They respected our ability to connect with the fans here in the area. And we've also had the same kind of offer come to the Fright Night Film Fest in Louisville, Kentucky in the summertime, and that's another great event. So we're gaining more and more acceptance every day, and it's opening more and more avenues for us to continue to grow our resources, meet new artists, meet new people, to bring them all in, to go back to square one, which is making another movie, another project to put out there to people for them to enjoy, and it all comes together in that way.
Why is it so important? We're running kind of short on time. Why is it important to have a team, to be successful? You
can't do everything yourself. Even if you have boundless energy, you can't do it yourself. Like I said earlier, we started in 2003, it's 2013, that's 10 years. I've had maybe a week off each year where I don't go online and post something. I'm not doing some kind of updating or networking online or trying to create some kind of video log to put it out there for people or whatever. And so during those times when you're lagging and you just can't do anything, that's when you need a good team you can trust. You need your brothers behind you to pick up the slack and carry you on.
Mr. McRoberts, we're running a shorter time. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome invited.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. I told you I can talk for a while.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you can watch the show on YouTube. Paul Brown Show with guest Jamie McRoberts. Join us on Facebook, Twitter. I appreciate you watching the show, and you be encouraged. Thank you.
This is Mutisha, the movie goddess, reporting to you live for WCRV News. I'm coming to you live from the site of another ghoul outbreak here at the Evans City Cemetery. The dead have returned to life and are attacking everyone they see. Reports say that the victims have been partially devoured. Let's see if we can find out what has compelled them to return from the dead and eat the living. Excuse me, ma'am, can you tell us why the dead are returning back to life? Well, can you tell me why you would wear white after Labor Day? It doesn't matter that you're dead, honey. You never wear white after Labor Day. Never. Sir, can you tell us why the ghouls have come back from the grave? Is that body made of hot dogs? Seems like no one is willing to talk. Here comes some now. Hello, ghouls! I'm over here. Come and take a bite. I'm so yummy. Hello, oh, you sweet little ghouls. Where are you going?